What is going on, guys? Brad here from Pickdawgz.com, and I got a pick in this Stonehill versus Marquette college basketball game going down on Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. Here at Pick Dawgz, we drop the most free pick videos at anyone. So click that subscribe button, drop a like. It helps us out a lot. If you guys are looking for the picks like the best, the picks like the most, the picks that I'm betting myself personally, go to Pickdawgz.com, click the premium pick section, or click the link in the description of this video. You'll find all my plays there. Alrighty, man. Hope everyone's doing well. We got Stonehill headed into Milwaukee to play Marquette. Looking at Stonehill here, man, 4-4 record, 3-4 ATS, averaging 66.1 points per game, giving up 68.8 points per game. Their leading scorer is John Morgan, averaging 15.4 points per game. Man, the NCAAB, they gave Stonehill a tough schedule. And I will say, out of all the teams in D1 basketball, I feel like Stonehill has played the most games. I mean, they're already 8 games in. Some teams are still on their 4th or 5th game. So Stonehill has had a lot of work this season, and they played a gauntlet of a schedule to start the season. They started with Florida State, then they played Notre Dame, and then they played Providence. I mean, that's a brutal start to the season. And then things got a bit easier. They played Robert Morris, New Orleans, Leonard Wood, Bryant, East Texas A&M. And this team, I mean, the game that really stood out to me was the New Orleans game. They put up 80 in that one, and I actually watched a little bit of that game. Those boys couldn't miss a shot. But I think that game's a bit of an outlier because in their last game against East Texas A&M, they only put up 67. The game against Bryant, they only put up 67 as well. And then we could go down when they did play some better teams. They lost to Notre Dame by 29 points. They lost to Providence by 27. So, look, Stonehill's not going to be able to keep up with some of the better teams. The question is, are they going to be able to cover large numbers? And in the Notre Dame game and in the Providence game, they weren't able to cover. So, do I think the Stonehill team's terrible? No. I think they're going to be able to keep up and beat some of the mid-level to some of the worst teams in D1 basketball. But now they got to go against a team, Marquette, who's just been an absolute powerhouse this season. 6-0 record, 5-1 ATS, one of my favorite teams so far this season. And I'm in love with Marquette, honestly. Averaging 81.3 points per game, giving up 64.7 points per game. Leading scorer is Cam Jones, averaging 20.5 points per game. And I think this team's still undervalued. In that game against Purdue, they were 5.5-point favorites. We were on Marquette all day in that game. They won by 18. In their last game, they were 5.5-point favorites against Georgia. We were on Marquette in that game as well. Won that one by 11. And this team has played some solid opponents. They even went into Maryland as 2.5-point dogs, won that one outright. So I really like what I've seen from Marquette. And the only thing that worries me about this spot for Marquette is if it's just a bit of a sleepy spot at home against Stonehill. You just beat Purdue. You just beat Georgia. And now you got to play Stonehill the day before Thanksgiving. That's the only thing that worries me about this spot for Marquette. But guess what, guys? I'm laying the points with Marquette, and I'm not thinking twice about it. We've seen Stonehill play good teams this season, and they got blown out the water. And Marquette's going to do the same thing. Marquette's better than Notre Dame. Marquette's better than Providence. Marquette's better than Florida State. And all those teams smoked. Stonehill. Or actually, not Florida State. They didn't even play this season. I'm sorry about that. But Notre Dame and Providence smoked Stonehill. So guess what Marquette's going to do? They're going to do the same damn thing, guys. Don't overthink it. Take Marquette, lay the points. It's going to be ugly. I appreciate you guys watching this, man. Click that subscribe button. Drop a like. Drop in the comments who you're taking in this one. If you guys are looking for the picks like the best, the picks like the most, the picks that I'm betting myself personally, go to Pickdawgz.com. Go to the premium pick section. I'll click the link in the description of this video. You'll find all my plays there. I'll catch you on the next one.